ఎంత రాస్తే అయినా పర్వాలేకుండా వెహికల్ లేదు ఏం చెప్పదు. They would have come in time.
ఇంటికి పోయి చెప్పేస్తే పని.
అదే కదా సార్.
నవీన్ ఒకసారి చెక్ చేయు,
ఇది కాలర్ మైక్ ఉందా?
ఆన్లైన్ వస్తుంది.
సరిగా ఉందా లేదా? హ్యాండ్ మైక్ ఉండాలి కదా. హ్యాండ్ మైక్ ఖరాబ్ అయింది. అదే ఉండే లాస్ట్ టైం మీటింగ్ ఉండే.
ఎవరు ముఖేషేనా? పాలు నిన్న నీకు లేవు సార్ నిన్ను ఎత్తికిడు. మేమంతా వచ్చినాం నలుగురు వచ్చి అసలు పాలు ఎక్కడ ఉన్నాడంటే అమెరికా పోయాడని చెప్పి. మరి ఈ రోజు మాత్రం మాకు మంచి హెల్ప్ చేయండి. మంచి
నువ్వు జస్ట్ బయటకు వెళ్ళి
సో హౌ మచ్ టైం యూ విల్ టేక్ మిస్టర్ నిశాంత్ రెడ్డి?
1 hour అయితే పడుతుంది.
అనుమానంగా చెప్తే అనుమానం తక్కువకుందా ఎక్కువకుందా?
తక్కువకే. అంటే దిస్ ఇస్ సపోజ్ టు బి డిబేటెడ్ ఆల్సో, రైట్? 1 hour. I don't want to hurry it. ఇక్కడ ఉన్న వాళ్ళందరూ కూడా ఎక్స్పర్ట్స్ కాబట్టి. సింక్
basically get agitated.
అందరూ ఇంతేనా ఇంకా వస్తురా స్టార్ట్ చేసి
చెప్పు ఎవరు మొదలు ఏముంటారు వెల్కమ్ చేసి స్టార్ట్ చేయండి.
ఏమో బయట మనకు ఆన్లైన్ సార్.
Hello, Tiffany.
Welcome to all the members. Today we are conducting 14th meeting of our sustainable development of Telangana, and we are going to finalize subject wise. And today we are taking two subjects mainly. One is the 18th point, most important point, which we have discussed and which we have taken specially. This is the values, wellness, and the empowerment of the youth. This is the most important factor. And today we are taking up this is the first point, and this is being led by Mr. Sri Nishant Reddy. And next point is our agricultural technology and risks in that. Whatever it is, actually the expert and is a great columnist, our Doti Narasimha sir. He is most senior, most person, and as well as he is most practically, as well as technically, scientifically, he has got a lot of knowledge. He is going to give second point. So today we are going to discuss two important points. So please let us start. I request the Purushottam sir to speak few words.
డైరెక్ట్ స్టార్ట్
That is enough for us.
తర్వాత
Right. Yeah.
Okay, good morning, everyone. Namaste. As Mallikarjun ji just mentioned, we have finished our 14th meeting. So it's been almost 1.5 years that we have been continuously meeting for deliberations on these subjects, sustainable development goals, and significant progress has been done on all the subjects. We must acknowledge the contribution of the founders and organizers with deep respect and gratitude. I'd like to acknowledge the contribution of Purushottam Reddy sir and Venugopal garu, Mallikarjun garu, Narasimha Reddy garu, Janardhan Reddy garu, Dinakar Babu garu, Venkatesham garu, and others for guiding us on this path and also making this program very effective. So apart from that, we must also acknowledge the fact that we are being fueled by our value system. So our commitment to the cause, and then selfless service and nationalism. So all these values are evident and visible. The meetings have been conducted in a very democratic manner. And it is also, we must observe that leadership of the younger members has been recognized and encouraged. So with all these values, I believe that our effort, whatever we have put so far, will fructify, and it will meet the ultimate objective of transforming the youth at grassroots levels. I would also like to express my gratitude to Anvesh Reddy garu, who has hosted us here. Today, myself, along with Dharma Seva members, will be presenting the SDG 18, which is values, wellness, and empowerment, and seek the suggestions of the members who are present here, the experts, and in finalizing the document. I also believe that the content of today's lecture gives the necessary inputs needed by an individual to lead a healthy, happy life and achieve one's peak potential. So let's get started. So just a brief about Dharma Seva as an organization. I would not like to get into too many details, but the most important ones, we are in the 19th year of selfless service and working in the areas of holistic wellness and empowerment and environment. Our core values are selflessness, which means we don't ask for funds. We don't look for any name, fame, power through this platform. We just serve with kindness and compassion without any expectations in return. Our members, our core members, that is trustees and core members, also practice the techniques what we are preaching, like meditation, natural lifestyle, yoga. We take an oath, all members take an oath to abide by this and be selfless in our service. And we also stay away from consumption of intoxicants and drugs. So some of the past few programs, just to mention, we have won a Lokayukta judgment in our favor in 2021 after 6 years of pursuing it. The former government of Telangana was directed to form committees, strengthen the law enforcement, and involve all the stakeholders as per our several suggestions that were given. Unification of stakeholders is one other achievement, I must say. We could engage the judiciary, especially the Legal Service Authority, State Council of Higher Education, and several colleges, the media, youth, police and excise departments, civil society, and youth leaders in our programs. We have evolved a concept called Dheerah Wellness, which we are going to go through in little more detail. An app also is under development. 2024 and 2025 statewide anti-drugs rallies were organized by us in association with the Judiciary and Education Department. Daily online wellness programs are reaching out to 3 districts of Telangana, Adilabad, Asifabad, and Nirmal, to almost 75,000 children on daily basis. NLS, Navaratri, and Ekadashi fasting programs are conducted by us every year, where we reverse diseases of the participants, diabetes, BP, thyroid, several medical conditions we reverse in the 9 days fasting program. And thousands of people have been helped in reversing their medical conditions and leading a medicine-free life. So this is about the overview, and this is done. The last one is done in association with Natural Lifestyle Organization, for which I am the in charge in Telangana. Now moving forward. Now we are in a very beautiful time, I must say, in terms of the growth opportunities that our nation is looking at. We are the fastest growing economy. But there are certain questions that we must ask ourselves. Is this growth reaching the neediest and in the remotest of the places? Are the neediest even aware of this? And those who are able to capitalize the opportunities, are they sharing that growth with the needy? So these are all some of the questions that need to be answered, and the answer is a no, which means that we need to provide the necessary awareness and empowerment to all of them, instill the values who are already growing, that they need to share the growth. The other opportunity we have as on today is that we are the spiritual capital of the world. The greatest wealth of spiritual knowledge, practices, and experiences are there with us. And we have put spirituality in use to solve real world problems. We have achieved our freedom, struggle, and independence through the fundamental values of nonviolence, selflessness, sacrifice, and equality. Operation Sindoor, which is a more recent experience that we had the entire nation unifying to a single voice, and there were no targeted killings, civilian killings in the enemy territory, which is again a principle of nonviolence. So is this spiritual knowledge being taught systematically in our educational institutions? Again, the answer is no. Our opportunities and time provided to practice the spiritual techniques. Spiritual techniques is not theory. We have to practice them. So is that being done? So for all the opportunities for us to capitalize on them, we need to have the spiritual practices and values education as a part of the formal education system. Now let us look at the challenges. There's a huge list of challenges right from and the international level, we are seeing that the threat of war is looming large. And at the national level, we have various types of crimes, including the cybercrime, crimes against women, climate change, and several others, including the drug abuse and intoxication, corruption, pendency of court cases, the largest pendency, pandemic deaths. So every point that I am mentioning, we have the worst ranking, literally. So this again can be attributed to the deterioration of our value system and the mental and physical strength of our youth and all the citizens, I must say. So moving forward, a little more, if we look at into the logic that we have to look at. So everything is boiling down to the value system, the physical and mental strength. So now when we talk of values, broadly we refer to the happiness within us, the peace, love and affection, compassion, responsibility, selflessness, gratitude, etc. So this is synonymous with what we call the spiritual health. So good values also mean that we have a strong sense of purpose of life. So, but what are values? Values are feelings. And what so what are these biochemicals? We heard about the dopamine, serotonin, oxytocin. So all these biochemicals, the flow of these biochemicals influence what we are feeling every moment. Feelings manifest as bodily sensations. That means feelings are on the body. We are feeling them on the body. And what feels them is the mind. So there's a connection between the feeling, the mind, and the body. So this is something that we have to understand. So good mental health is essential for good spiritual health. If mentally we are not sound, then we will not be able to feel. Our feelings, good feelings will be overpowered by negative feelings. So mental health is absolutely important. Similarly, poor physical health disrupts the flow of biochemicals in the body. So that means it impacts the mental health. So a person with poor physical health will also have poor mental health. So good physical, mental, and spiritual health leads to holistic health. And holistic health leads to a peak potential of an individual. What stops us? Let's say Prime Minister is there. So what has not stopped him from becoming a Prime Minister? How is he able to take the problems of a nation, whereas we may not be able to handle the problems in our house? So what is that strength? Where is he getting that strength from? So it's all about physical, mental, and spiritual health of an individual, which again in turn leads to the strong purpose in life. So our transformation logic is around this. So if we can make the youth physically, mentally, and spiritually capable and strong, then we are transforming them. Let them choose what they want to do in life. They'll definitely choose a good path if they are strong. So this is the logic we are going to follow. Another important aspect we have to understand about the human mind, the innate human nature, is that we all want to move towards pleasantness. The pleasantness that we are feeling. We want to feel pleasantness all the time. Okay, we want to eat something. Okay, we are feeling hungry. Hunger is a slightly unpleasant sensation, and we want to eat something to feel pleasant. So we are always wanting to move towards pleasantness. So values, when we are talking of values, we are moving in a positive way towards pleasantness. Okay, if we are loving somebody, we are filling ourselves with a positive feeling, and our health is improving in that process. On the contrary, if you're looking at addictions also are pleasant in that moment, but in a negative way. So let's say somebody is consuming liquor or somebody is addicted to the gadgets. So they are also feeling for that moment pleasant. but it is impacting their mind and body in a negative way. So we have to differentiate these two. While pleasantness, we have to move. There's nothing wrong in moving towards pleasantness, but it has to be the right way. And the right way is to improve the holistic health. Automatically, we get that pleasantness. So our solution is to provide multiple opportunities or techniques to the youth, because we are working on the youth now, to develop holistic health. So once they develop holistic health, rest is all done. We don't have to tell them, you do this, you do that. They will choose what they want to do in life. And I'm sure they'll do the right thing. So we'll move a little further. So we call our program, we have given the name Dheerah. It's a mythological name, which means a person who is very powerful and who has conquered the negativities of the mind. And physically, that person is strong, full of values. So that's the name Dheerah. So there are two aspects: holistic wellness and empowerment is the first aspect of Dheerah program. And we have chosen techniques which are universal and non-sectarian, which means a person of any region, religion, language, caste, nationality can select these techniques and practice for the benefit. Same way, the other aspect is of Dheerah is to support the framework for law enforcement, policymakers, and implementers. So this is the other aspect of Dheerah. So we have a very clear vision and roadmap for transformation, which we look at it in little more detail. And it's a unified initiative of several stakeholders. So Dheerah is not just about Dharma Seva, though Dharma Seva has contributed to the conception. The State Legal Services Authority and State Council of Higher Education have contributed to the all the various we have identified, which will lead to this holistic health. So we are talking of wellness and empowerment. So wellness essentially refers to the physical, mental, and spiritual health aspects, while empowerment is about the life skills and social skills. So I'll not get into all the techniques, but I would like to just mention that on the top, we have meditation as a technique, which will help in the mental strength and transformation. Meditation, we have put it on the top because that's the one which is going to help an individual not only inculcate values, but also to get the strength to stand by it, to keep up the values. So values in theory are of no use. Okay, we all know that one should love, one should show compassion, one should be stable in times of adversity. But when the time of adversity comes, we shake because the mind is not strong. So meditation is the technique that helps. So we'll look at that in little more detail. Values-based education, that also we'll look at in a detail. And natural lifestyle for the physical health aspects, we'll look at it in detail. Selfless service. This is a practice that every person, in fact, has to practice this. Yoga, sports, martial arts, strength training. These are for the bodily movements and concentration of the mind. So they also generate certain biochemicals which make one feel positive. Arts and celebrations in another is a very wonderful way of expression of an individual, which again transforms the mind in a different way. So all these, what I mentioned now, are under wellness. What comes in awareness and sensitization is again for values, inculcating values. So this is something that, values cannot be taught in the classroom. Values have to be experienced on the field, and the best way is to sensitize the youth on a certain subject in the outdoors. So that also we'll have a look at it. Protection skills, life skills, and leadership development. these three aspects are empowerment aspects. So, and these are in the social setting. So we are not sitting in isolation. We are social beings. So we need to have social skills, and these are essential for us to feel good and progress in life. So we just discussed about all these aspects: the spiritual for the spiritual, mental and physical well-being, and also the social well-being. Yes. So these are some of the programs that we have done in the past with Nirmal District Collector, Abhilasha Garu, then Asifabad and Adilabad collectors. So this is a yoga program. They are posing for the yoga poses. So this is a daily program that I was talking about. This is a moral story sessions that we conduct every day. This is again yoga and sports. So the team members sitting here along with me, Shravanti Garu, Anil Garu, Jyoti and Rajshekar Garu. So and Naveen Garu, all of them are from our team members who actually conduct these programs. So I invited them. So every day they conduct the program. We receive everything on WhatsApp groups. There are 6 WhatsApp groups, and there's also attendance the program, which is submitted to the collector, and we keep giving feedback to the collectors. So if there's a poor attendance, that is reported and then that is corrected. There's a feedback mechanism also. This particular slide, if you see, is they even write journal for natural lifestyle, which is good health practices. Every day they write yes, 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 no, 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 for various practices, like what time they slept, what time they ate, and then last meal timings. So all these things are entered in the journal, and they give points to themselves. So little bit about now values inculcation is the fundamental core of our program. So how do we do that? It's the toughest thing to do, right? So, but there is a way to do that by making them feel. Values are feelings, so we shouldn't forget that. So we have to make them feel. Only then things will change. So I'll just play some of the videos. Let's say on youth activism. I'd like to show one video.
Very good. Selfless. It is the key to the happiness.
So this is just one of the aspects on how to raise their voice when something is wrong, or how to come together when they're all friends. So tomorrow they face a problem, how to be together and solve a problem, and whom to approach in the event of a problem. I would also like to show one of the rallies we have conducted in Shadnagar. For that. So prior to doing the statewide rallies in 24 and 25, we were doing individual rallies. So after that, we thought, why not we do at the state level? And then it happened twice. So there's nothing, if we believe in ourselves, then there's nothing that can stop us. That's one thing that I learned personally.
అలాగే మేము కూడా ఎప్పుడు కూడా ఇలాంటి పదార్థాల దగ్గరికి దాని జోలికి వెళ్ళము. ఓన్లీ ఆరోగ్యం, పెంచుకునే మార్గాలు, మంచి మార్గాలు ఎన్నుకుంటాము. థ్యాంక్ యూ.
So again, this is about oath taking. They are promising in the presence of an important person and in the presence of all their friends that they are not going to go in the wrong path. They are hand holding each other, saying that they will stay together in the times of adversity. So this is something that will have an impact on the mind. They are outdoors. They're in the presence of Mother Nature. So there's a different energy in this setting. So this is one approach.
ఈ దగ్గర కనపడుతుంది, స్క్రీన్ కనపడుతుంది.
So this is one approach we have been taking to do mass sensitization. Mike, yeah. మీరు ఏమని చెప్తారు? కొంత టైం ఉంది ఇంకా ఉన్నది 10 minutes. And I think don't stop. Yeah, so let us move further now. What we have talked about just now is about mass sensitization. Ante lot of people we are able to sensitize en masse through certain outdoor activities on a particular subject uh, which is relating to a larger masses, a sensitive subject. So values develop cheyadaniki this is one of the techniques that we are using. So other one is playing the moral stories in the classrooms and guest lectures by eminent people are the other techniques for inculcating the values. Now meditation, so that was for the spiritual health aspects. Now we are talking about the mental health aspects. Meditation is one of the techniques we have been practicing. So every day again, these 75,000 children are doing this for 10 minutes twice a day in all these residential schools of 3 districts. So this is something that is pretty much our culture. There's nothing new that has come up. So millions of people have got benefited by meditation. And this is the ultimate technique for transformation. So inkoti, karma, I'll just switch to a minute to Telugu. Karma antam మనం. కర్మ అనేది మనకు పుట్టుకతోని మన పునర్జన్మ కర్మల వలన మనకి ఈ జన్మలో ఏం జరుగుతుంది అనేది మనకు కర్మ ఇది నా కర్మ అని అంటాం. సో మరి ఆ కర్మని అనుభవించాలా అందరూ, దానికి మరి దానికి పరిష్కారం ఏంటి? Can we change our karma? Is there any way that we can change our karma? And meditation is one technique that can change our karma. I'll give an example, simple example. A person is there, is going out. Okay, he's agitated. Chala agitated unnadu, bayitiki ellinadu. Suddenly there's a vehicle coming, intercepting him. And then he is still agitated, he meets with an accident. And he injures himself. The same person, same karma. The karma is that the vehicle will come and intercept him. So he's meditated, he's gone out. Again, there's a vehicle intercepting him, but this time he's alert in his mind and balanced. He stops his vehicle and escapes. So he's changed his karma. So our power meditation lo undi. So itla idi manam గ్రహిస్తూ ప్రతి ఒక్క యూత్ మెంబర్ స్టూడెంట్ ఆఫ్ టుడే షుడ్ ప్రాక్టీస్ మెడిటేషన్ అనేది మన యొక్క లక్ష్యంతో ముందుకెళ్తున్నాం. ఇప్పుడు 75,000 మంది పిల్లలు 3 జిల్లాలలో రెసిడెన్షియల్ స్కూల్స్ లో చేస్తున్నారు. And now after this meeting and our next proposal, the entire state, Telangana state students, every student should meditate at least for 10 minutes, 2 times every day. That is our objective. So our mental strength తో ఈ చెడు అలవాట్లు, అడిక్షన్లు అన్ని దూరం అయిపోతాయి. So that is a proven, it's a proven thing. మన డిఐజీ మహేష్ భాగవత్ గారి కొన్ని వర్డ్స్ విన్న మెడిటేషన్ గురించి. సో చాలా గొప్పగా తను చెప్పారు. ఇట్ ఈస్ రియల్. మన తిహార్ జైల్లో కూడా విపස්සనా ప్రాక్టీస్ చేస్తారు ఇన్మేట్స్. నెక్స్ట్ ఒక వెరీ బోల్డ్ స్టూడెంట్ ఐ మస్ట్ సే. తను పాపము యంగ్ ఏజ్ లో షీ గాట్ అడిక్టెడ్ టు డ్రగ్స్ అండ్ విపర్శన ద్వారా తను డ్రగ్స్ నుంచి బయటకు వచ్చింది. అండ్ షీ హెస్ బీన్ కైండ్ ఎనఫ్ అండ్ బోల్డ్ ఎనఫ్ టు షేర్ అవర్ వీడియో. సార్ మీరు ఏ ప్రెజెంటేషన్ లో కానీ నా వీడియో ప్లే చేయండి సో దట్ చిల్డ్రన్ స్టూడెంట్స్ గెట్ మోటివేటెడ్ అన్నది. సో ఐ వుడ్ లైక్ టు ప్లే అవర్ వీడియో. ప్రతీక్ష తన పేరు. పడుతుంది. So what she says is Vipassana ద్వారా she is able to come out of the drug problem. సో ప్రాబ్లం ఉంటేనే మెడిటేషన్ చేయాలని కాదు, ప్రాబ్లం రాకుండా కూడా, ఎందుకంటే మన మైండ్ మనని కంట్రోల్ చేస్తుంది కాబట్టి. నెక్స్ట్ ఇంకొక, ఇప్పుడు స్పిరిచువల్ హెల్త్ మాట్లాడుకున్నాం, మెంటల్ హెల్త్ గురించి మాట్లాడుకున్నాం, టెక్నిక్. ఇప్పుడు న్యాచురల్ లైఫ్ స్టైల్ అని, దిస్ ఈస్ అబౌట్ ద ఫిజికల్ హెల్త్. సో ఐ టోల్డ్ ఇన్ ద బిగినింగ్ of my presentation that we conduct these Navratri and Ekadashi fasting programs, where ఇప్పుడు మొన్న కండక్ట్ చేసిన ప్రోగ్రామ్ లో 450 మెంబర్స్ ఆల్ ఓవర్ ఇండియా అండ్ ఈవెన్ ఓవర్సీస్ నుంచి కూడా పార్టిసిపేట్ చేసినారు. బిలీవ్ ఇట్ ఆర్ నాట్, బట్ అబౌట్ 70 to 80 డయాబెటీస్, బీపీ, థైరాయిడ్, కాన్స్టిపేషన్, ఇలాంటి ఎన్నో సీరియస్ డిసీజెస్ వాళ్ళు కూడా పార్టిసిపేట్ చేసినారు. అండ్ మెనీ ఆఫ్ దెమ్ కుడ్ రివర్స్ దేర్ డిసీజెస్. అంటే మెడిసిన్ ఫ్రీ అయినారు. 9 days ఫాస్టింగ్ ప్రోగ్రామ్ తో మెడిసిన్ ఫ్రీ అయినారు. సో దేర్ ఆర్ థౌజండ్స్ ఆఫ్ సచ్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్స్. అయితే ఇది పెద్ద కష్టమైన ప్రాక్టీస్ ఏం కాదు. ఇట్స్ వెరీ సింపుల్ ప్రాక్టీస్. హౌ వీ కెన్ చేంజ్ అవర్ హెల్త్ ఫ్రమ్ అవర్ ఓన్ హోమ్ వితౌట్ డిపెండింగ్ ఆన్ ఎనీ డాక్టర్, ఎనీ మెడిసిన్. సింప్లెస్ట్ ఇస్ మన సాయంత్రం మనం తినే టైమింగ్. ఫస్ట్ బిఫోర్ సన్సెట్ వీ హ్యావ్ టు ఈట్. మన స్క్రిప్చర్స్ లో కూడా ఉంది ఇది. ఇట్స్ నథింగ్ న్యూ ఐఎమ్ టాకింగ్. సో దాంతో స్టార్ట్ అయ్యి స్లీప్ టైం 10 PM, స్లీప్ టైం 10 PM అండ్ సౌండ్ స్లీప్, వీటితోనే 80% ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ తగ్గిపోతాయి. లాస్ట్ మీల్ టైము, స్లీప్ క్వాలిటీ. తర్వాత ఇంకా ట్రాన్స్ఫర్మేషన్ కావాలంటే మూడు సార్లు తినే అవసరం లేదు మనకి. 1 time is enough actually. And remaining 2 times you can have salad and you can have fruits, you can have soaked nuts. So ఏదైతే రా ఫుడ్ అంటాం కదా, that is the best food, freshly plucked from the plants or freshly, either it is fruits or vegetables, that is the best thing. Cooked, boiled is okay, కానీ fried is of no use. సో ఐ డోంట్ సే డ్రాస్టికలీ మనం చేంజ్ చేసుకోవాలని అనట్లేదు, బట్ స్మాల్ చేంజెస్ వీ కెన్ డూ. టైమింగ్స్ వీ కెన్ చేంజ్. లాస్ట్ మీల్ టైం, స్లీప్ టైం, ఒక సాలాడ్ మీలో, ఒక ఫ్రూట్ మీలో ఇంట్రడ్యూస్ చేసుకోవచ్చు. దీస్ ఆర్ స్మాల్ థింగ్స్. సో దీంతోని ఐ బెట్ దట్ 80% ఆఫ్ ద డిసీజెస్ విల్ బి రివర్స్డ్. ఈ రోజు మనం బీపీ 2 టాబ్లెట్లు ఉంటే 1 టాబ్లెట్కి వస్తాం, అట్లనే కంటిన్యూ చేస్తూ వెళ్తే ఇట్ విల్ గో టు 0 ఆల్సో. So we have done that to many health seekers, and it is free of cost. Okay. So ఇప్పుడు వరకు మనం మాట్లాడుకున్న టెక్నిక్స్ అన్నిటిలో కూడా, దేవుడు మనకి ఇచ్చిన టెక్నిక్స్ అన్ని కూడా ఫ్రీ ఆఫ్ కాస్ట్. టు ప్రాక్టీస్ అవర్ వాల్యూస్ ఆర్ టు మెడిటేట్ ఆర్ టు ప్రాక్టీస్ న్యాచురల్ లైఫ్ స్టైల్, ఆల్సో కాల్డ్ నేచర్ క్యూర్ అంటాం కదా. సో ఇవన్నిటికి ఖర్చు ఏం లేదు. బట్ వీఆర్ నాట్ లుకింగ్ ఎట్ దట్. వీఆర్ లుకింగ్ ఎట్ ఓన్లీ ద క్విక్ ఫిక్స్ సొల్యూషన్స్. సో ఇది మహాత్మా గాంధీ గారి విజన్ కూడా ఉండే ఎట్ ద టైమ్ ఆఫ్ ఇండిపెండెన్స్, దట్ వీ హ్యావ్ టు this is a solution to India's health problems, but it was never implemented. So we are incorporating all these things in our Dheerah wellness programs. So coming to the other important aspect. So wellness and empowerment గురించి ఇప్పుడు మాట్లాడుకున్నాం. Now implementation aspects. So how are we going to take this to the people? The most important aspect that we look at is unification of stakeholders. This is nothing new. It has happened again and again in history. I have taken lessons from Shottam sir. In history, we have all unified again and again on a common cause and with foundation of values. Manaki freedom వచ్చింది. Values of selflessness, values of sacrifice, nationalism. ఇవన్నీ values తో ఒకటై forgetting all the caste, religion ఇవన్నీ మర్చిపోయి ఒకటై పోరాడి సాధించుకున్నాం. సో ఇప్పుడు కూడా ఆ పరిస్థితి ఏర్పడుతుంది. As on today, we have so many challenges we have discussed. So we have to bring forth our value system, strengthen our value system, and then unify for a cause. So in this case, the unification is for wellness and fighting against the issues of drug abuse and so many other issues we have discussed. So I'll just play this. I think video లేదా? Sorry, okay. So anyway, we have, as I said, జుడిషియరీతో కలిసి వర్క్ చేసినాము. జుడిషియరీతోని ఒక టైఅప్ కూడా ఉంది మన ప్రతి ప్రోగ్రామ్ లో. బికాస్ యాంటీ డ్రగ్స్ అనేది వాళ్ళ యొక్క మ్యాండేట్. దే హ్యావ్ ఎ మ్యాండేట్. సో దట్స్ వై వీఆర్ టైడ్ అప్ అఫీషియలీ విత్ దెమ్. అండ్ దెన్ we also tied up with State Council of Higher Education, and in various programs other stakeholders have been involved. So that is what is unification of stakeholders. So Dheerah అనే కాన్సెప్ట్ ని వాళ్ళని కన్విన్స్ చేసినాం that this can bring the change in youth. వాళ్ళు కన్విన్స్ అయ్యి ఓకే మీరు ఎక్కడ ప్రోగ్రామ్స్ చేస్తారో మేము కూడా పార్టిసిపేట్ చేస్తాం, ఎంకరేజ్ చేస్తాం. సో దట్స్ ద వే ఇట్ హెస్ వర్క్డ్. సో వీ నీడ్ more and more unification to happen at grassroots level also. So that's where we are looking. See, where we are while sitting here, we have worked for last 1.5 years. What is this? This is also unification for a cause, right? So that's what is the very, very important aspect, I must say, for success. Next, multi-level leadership. ఈ audience lo, if you are looking at age-wise, I am able to get that opportunity to speak to all of you. You are giving time to me. You are hearing me. I am a younger person. So that is what you are developing a leader in me. You're listening to me, right? So that's a wonderful quality. I'm thankful to all of you here that this is the leadership that we have to develop at the school level, college level, district level, in every level. That's when the change happens. So leader is a symbol of strength, and leader shall put efforts to strengthen mentally and physically. Leader weak unte, leader cannot have that aura to teach the other people. Leader ki values lekapothe, it will, the message will not go. People will not trust. So ilanti leadership manam develop cheyali. So what we are doing now, Dheerah wellness and empowerment committees aneti ఏర్పరుస్తున్నాం. అంటే స్కూల్స్ లలో, కాలేజెస్ లలో యోగా కో కమిటీ, మెడిటేషన్ కో కమిటీ, స్పోర్ట్స్ కో కమిటీ, అట్లా రకరకాల కమిటీలను ఏర్పరిస్తే వేర్ ఈస్ ద కమిటీ ఫర్ డ్రింకింగ్, స్మోకింగ్? వేర్ విల్ దే గో? They'll have to come into these committees. There's no scope for people to go into other areas. అట్లనే గవర్నమెంట్ నుంచి కూడా ఒకటి జియో ఉంది, ప్రహరీ యాంటీ డ్రగ్స్ కమిటీస్ ఫామ్ చేయాలని. సో అవి కూడా మేము సపోర్ట్ చేస్తున్నాము, యాంటీ డ్రగ్స్ కమిటీస్ ఫామ్ చేయాలని చెప్పి. అండ్ దెన్ దెర్ ఆర్ ఎన్కార్డ్ కమిటీస్ అని, సెంట్రల్ గవర్నమెంట్ కమిటీస్ that have to be formed by the district collectors. 2 collectors have invited us, Asifabad and Nirmal collectors, for Dharma Seva to be part of their NCORD committees. So report will go to the central government. Then establishment of NALSA Dawn special units. NALSA Dawn is a mandate of State Legal Services Authority. సో వాళ్ళు కూడా ఇలాంటి కమిటీస్ అగైన్స్ డ్రగ్స్ ఫామ్ చేయాలని ఉంది. సో అందులో కూడా మేము we have been asked to join in those committees. So this is multi-level leadership. So this is the vision and roadmap picture that you can see. This is all what we already discussed so far. So we have discussed the opportunities and challenges. We have discussed about unification. We have discussed about multi-level leadership, mass sensitization, and then the solution, Dheerah solution. And finally, we are coming to the steps that we have to take now to bring changes in the policy. ఇప్పటి వరకు మనం చేసిందంతా pilot level. Though it's a 3 districts are participating, but still it's a pilot. It's not the state which is participating. సో పైలట్ నుంచి నెక్స్ట్ స్టెప్కి వెళ్ళడానికి ఏంది అనేది ఒకటి వ్యూ, నా సైడ్ నుంచి వ్యూ, సో దట్ యూ కెన్ you being experts, you can guide on what else can be added to this. So the very first thing that we would want to do is I have shared a document, a printout. మనం ఇప్పటి వరకు మాట్లాడిందంతా దీంట్లో ఉంది. It's a 5-page brief and concise document, 4-page. సో ఈ 4-page డాక్యుమెంట్ ఇంకా రిఫైన్ చేసి లాంగ్వేజ్ కూడా ఇంప్రూవ్ చేసి ప్రెజెంటబుల్ చేసి దెన్ I want that this is vetted by experts. Let it be an expert from judiciary. For us, even judges will be willing to sign this. I believe in that because we are talking universal things. We are not talking anything specific, anything self-interest, nothing. So judges, bureaucrats, social activists, experts in different fields, people from industry, people from media, అందరితోని వెట్టింగ్ చేయించి సైన్ తీసుకొని వాళ్ళ ఫీడ్బ్యాక్, వాళ్ళ కామెంట్స్ తీసుకొని, దట్ ఈస్ ద ఫస్ట్ స్టెప్ దట్ వీ వుడ్ వాంట్ టు టేక్. దెన్ కంటిన్యూ అవర్ యూనిఫికేషన్ ఆఫ్ స్టేక్ హోల్డర్స్ అండ్ మల్టీ-లెవెల్ లీడర్షిప్ డెవలప్మెంట్. విల్ కంటిన్యూ దట్, విల్ నాట్ స్టాప్ హియర్. దెన్ ఇంట్రడ్యూస్ ద ప్రాక్టీస్ ఆఫ్ వాల్యూస్, వెల్నెస్ అండ్ ఎంపవర్మెంట్ ఇన్ కరికులం. సో ఇప్పుడు ఇది ఎంత చేసినా కానీ యాజ్ లాంగ్ as it's not there in the curriculum of the children, it is not a mandate to be taught in the schools. And దానికి మార్క్స్ కూడా ఉండాలి. ప్రాక్టీస్ చేసినందుకు మార్క్స్ ఇవ్వాలి. సో యోగా చేసినందుకు మార్క్స్ ఇవ్వాలి రోజు. నాట్ యోగా ఎగ్జామ్ పెడితే దాంట్లో పాస్ అయితే కాదు, యోగా చేస్తే చాలు, మెడిటేషన్ చేస్తే చాలు. ఎంత బాగా చేసింది సెకండరీ. పర్సన్ ఈస్ సిట్టింగ్ అండ్ డూయింగ్ సంథింగ్. సో టైం ఇవ్వాలి, మార్క్స్ ఇవ్వాలి, కరికులంలో ఉండాలి. కరెంట్ కరికులం మే బి రెడ్యూస్డ్. We read about too much of information. Why do we need about some XYZ in the history, somewhere in the past, how he was an administrator? Why do we need to know that? We should know how to live life in a balanced way. That is more important. So unnecessary things should be reduced in the curriculum. The MOUs, we should have MOU with the education department and collectorates for the implementation. So even though it is in syllabus, it doesn't stop there. MOU ఉండాలా, మన హ్యాండ్ హోల్డింగ్ ఉండాలా, అప్పుడే ఇది సక్సెస్ అవుతుంది. వీ కెనాట్ జస్ట్ లీవ్ ఇట్ ఇన్ ద సిలబస్. అలాగే వీ హ్యావ్ టాక్డ్ అబౌట్ ద స్టూడెంట్ కమ్యూనిటీ. హౌ అబౌట్ ద ఇండస్ట్రియల్ కమ్యూనిటీ? షుడెంట్ దే హ్యావ్ wellness? They should also have wellness. So today as a pilot we are implementing in my company. So we have 2 sessions in the evening, 6 to 7 and 7 to 8, where we are inviting teachers of all schools. Jyoti, teachers join అవుతున్నారు కదమ్మా? Yeah, teachers join అవుతున్నారు, కొందరు employees join అవుతున్నారు, but the number is small. We want to increase that. It's free, we are not charging. So any number of people, industry policy lo రావాలి, that wellness of workers and environment. So wellness of workers and wellness of environment should be part of the wellness policy. And audits kuda undali, whether company is implementing or not. దాంతో employment kuda generate అవుతుంది wellness audit తో. This is one aspect which I discussed with the minister also, and he is willing to hear us out. Then Formation of statewide values, wellness and empowerment committees. This we already discussed. And a mobile app that connects everybody. So connectivity is important. Otherwise, we don't know what is happening in a remote place. We can't have too many WhatsApp groups to monitor. So mobile app also is very important. IT is an important aspect. So these are the steps that I propose for bringing about the policy changes. And once we have this vetted document, we would want to go to the, as per the plan of the SDG, to the highest man in the state, both in executive, judiciary, and then present this. And not only this state, it can go to any state because it's a universal subject. So with this, I would like to thank you all for your patient hearing and request your feedback.
Okay, we have some question answer systems.
Any observations also?
Sir, any observations and any questions, sir, please?
Small observation can I make with your
Yeah, please.
That's very ready. You see, today we have chosen a good subject. It's related to human aspects, which is going to change a kind of new paths for living and living and creating a new society. It is going to be a model not only in India and speak of Telangana, but the other areas also. The wellness, values, empowerment. There are 3 subjects which are going to change future societal transformation as well as new Telangana state as such is concerned. So the physical which morning, sir explained the wellness, caring of the body. We have touched very pertinent aspects after having practical, physical, and implementable concepts. And after experimenting, he is explaining how to go about the mental, emotional wellness. He will be able to touch the social wellness also, building meaningful relationship. We also touch on that. In addition to that, spiritual valueness, wellness, and occupational wellness, environmental wellness. Finally, intellectual wellness. That also he has touched upon because he is dealing first with the intellectuals, then coming to ground level where we can implement in an acceptable format. The values. Values are ethical compass and moral foundation. He has created because new moral foundation is now thinking to inject the minds of youngsters, also working officials and beneficiaries. That is going to change, integrate value-based education in schools and colleges, promote ethical governance and public service integrity, which encourages social justice and equality in development programs, and which by reviving traditional Indian value system, blending them with global ethics. Now we have to think. Then coming to empowerment, the concept, which empowerment enables individuals and communities to participate, decide, and progress with dignity and self-reliance without depending on somebody's help. The women empowerment, we should not forget women folk. Youth empowerment, rural entrepreneurship, knowledge empowerment. We have to touch upon briefly, touch this in brief, but we have to think new more emphasis on this subject also. The integration of these 3, wellness, nurturing the body and mind values, strengthen the spirit and society. Empowerment energizes action and progress. Together, they form a virtuous cycle, creating a state of that is healthy body, noble character, and dynamic in growth. So, completely human-centric framework we have to create, which bridges development with values, manavata, samata, pragati, which is humanity, equality, and progress. So strengthen the societal capital, alignment with the global and national goals. Wellness is a fragrant of power. Development without wellness is like a temple without dining. Empowerment is not just economic strength, it is the awakening of human dignity. So, because my poet, the other way, was telling about so many things, so I have taken the so and so, Mallikarjuna. I compliment to you, my dear sir. The wellness becomes the prayer of the body, values the fragrance of the soul, and empowerment is the music of awakened humanity. Satyam, Shivam, Samskara, and Samatha. We have to bring these things truth as the path of administration, service as the duty of leadership, refinement of thought, and equality in opportunity, word and deed, and also dignity. Wellness is the strength of life. Values are the fragrance of life. Empowerment is the expression of life. Together, they compose the music of human destiny. That wellness purifies the being, values, sanctify the living, and empowerment of glorifies in doing of the things. Together, let us build a civilization where technology goes to ethics and progress dances to the rhythm of compassion. Telangana thus emerges a cultural beacon of India's new era. With this, thank you very much for giving me.
అన్వేషణ గారు పురుషోత్తమరెడ్డి గారిని పరిచయం చేసుకుంటున్నాను మళ్ళీ ఒకసారి. Importantly, actually subject is very vast, sir. However, we are actually concising into a systematic theme because it should be implementable as we have already discussed and MYRD sir or anybody said. It has to be implementable. For implementation, we need, as we have thought and we have said, mainly curriculum to be added. In curriculum, it has to be added so that then only the importance will be grown and ultimately the society has to follow. For that, education system is to be systematically SCRT state this syllabus maintaining जो भी होना है, that has to think of this type of education for the future generations which are to be sustainable and they should be happy and cheerful and they should pray the what we say, they should praise the history. It should not become a mystery because history is always a mystery. But as far as we concerned, this sustainable development of the future has to think of the history which is to be upright the praiseness and it should praise the past so that the future generations will be happy. For that, we are thinking of another 50 years and another 50 years. This is the vision document which we are going to. Again, this will be discussed with some of the educational experts all over the state or all over the country, wherever is possible, within the coming 2-3 months. And each subject will be discussed in such a fashion, and we will come to a conclusion and we will make the vision documents. So now our beloved Bhante Anshul sir, a columnist, a social activist, and he is the man with practical experience of especially agriculture issues, and as well as he is a person who belongs to agriculture. So he is రైతే రాజు అన్నారు. కాబట్టి రైతు రాజులైన వారు పోతన్న రైతు రాజు వారంటే మనకు రోజు రైతన్న లేని రోజు మన జీవితాలు రోజు. కాబట్టి ఆ రైతన్న లేని రోజు మన జీవితాలు రోజు కాకూడదు. కాబట్టి that today we are very happy to be with our Anvesh Reddy Anna garu. He is very interested. He was yesterday itself. He was telling I am very keen to listen. So please, Nasaman sir, please proceed, sir.
అందరికీ నమస్కారం. నాకు ఒక గంటన్నర టైం ఇవ్వండి. ఎందుకంటే ఇది చాలా ముఖ్యమైన విషయం మనం మాట్లాడుకున్నాం. వారు రైతు అన్నారు, ఇది మనం మనలో కొందరు రైతులు ఉండొచ్చు, లేకపోవచ్చు, కానీ ఇది మన అందరికి సంబంధించింది. ఎందుకంటే నిశాంత్ చెప్పిన వాల్యూస్ వెల్నెస్ ఇక్కడ పరీక్షకి వస్తున్నాయి. మన ఏ రకమైన విలువలతోటి అభివృద్ధి కానీ పురోగతి కానీ మా ప్రగతి కానీ మాట్లాడుతున్నాము. ప్రపంచవ్యాప్తంగా జరుగుతున్న ఆ మార్పులు ఏంటి అనేది కొంత ఆందోళనకరమైన విషయాలు ఉన్నాయి. ఒకసారి అందుకే అందరికీ విజ్ఞప్తి, మీ ఫోన్లు సైలెంట్ మోడ్ లో పెట్టండి. ఒక గంటన్నర నాకు సమయం ఇవ్వండి. సో ఇది ఇంగ్లీష్ లో ఉంటుంది ప్రజెంటేషన్. నేను ఎక్కువ తెలుగులోనే మాట్లాడతాను. కాకపోతే ఇందులో సైన్స్ గురించి ఉంటుంది కాబట్టి ఇంగ్లీష్ పదాలు కూడా వస్తుంటాయి. అనిల్ రెడ్డి గారు విజ్ఞప్తి, మీ స్టాఫ్ కూడా రమ్మంటే కొద్దిగా, ఎందుకంటే ఈ విత్తనాల గురించి కార్పొరేషన్ పనిచేస్తుంది. ఈ ప్రెజెంటేషన్ లో విత్తనాల గురించి మనం మాట్లాడబోతున్నాం. అందరూ కూడా పాల్గొనవచ్చు ఎవరైనా. అయితే ఇది మోడర్న్ అగ్రికల్చర్ టెక్నాలజీస్, ఆధునిక టెక్నాలజీస్ చాలా తీసుకొస్తున్నారు ప్రపంచవ్యాప్తంగా. ఇది ఒక అంతర్జాతీయ పరిణామం. అందులో అనేక అంశాలు ఉన్నాయి. నేను కొన్ని ఇక్కడ చూపెట్టడం జరిగింది, కానీ అన్ని కూడా చర్చించే సమయం లేదు. అందులో డ్రోన్స్ కానీ, తర్వాత మార్కెటింగ్ ప్లాట్ఫామ్స్, రోబోట్ స్ప్రేయర్స్, అంటే పెస్టిసైడ్ స్ప్రేయింగ్ రోబోట్ తోటి చేయడము, ప్లాస్టిక్ మల్చింగ్, అంటే ఆ పొలంలో గట్టు తయారు చేసి ఆ గట్టు మీద ప్లాస్టిక్ పేపర్ పరిచి దాన్ని ప్లాస్టిక్ మల్చింగ్ గా దానికి ఒక పేరు ఇచ్చింది. ఈ మధ్య అయితే ఆర్టిఫిషియల్ ఇంటెలిజెన్స్ బేస్డ్ డివైజెస్ సర్వీసెస్ వచ్చినాయి. తెలంగాణలో ఒక జర్మన్ ఇన్స్టిట్యూట్ 2 మండలాల్లో పనిచేస్తున్నారు. ఇది వాడుకుంటూ మొన్ననే మంత్రి గారితో కూడా వాళ్ళు చర్చలు జరిగింది. అంటే బేస్డ్ డివైజెస్ ద్వారా వ్యవసాయం చేస్తారు. ఇక బూమ్ స్ప్రేయర్స్ ఏమో అది పెద్ద మన బ్యారల్లో నింపి ట్రాక్టర్లతో స్ప్రే చేసేది. అది అమెరికాలో మనం చాలా ఫోటోలు చూస్తున్నాం. ఇలాంటి అనేక టెక్నాలజీస్ వ్యవసాయంలో మాట్లాడుతున్నారు. ఇది మనం గత 40 ఏళ్ళుగా 50 ఏళ్ళుగా చూసింది వేరు. ఈ 5 ఏళ్లలో వస్తున్న మార్పులు వేరు. సో వీటన్నిటి గురించి అనేక ఇంప్లికేషన్స్. అందులో ఒకటి కాస్ట్, తర్వాత యాక్సెస్, ఎంతవరకు ఎవరికి రైతుకు దొరుకుతాయా లేదా. ప్రతి ఆధునిక టెక్నాలజీ వెనకాల పేటెంట్స్ ఉంటాయి. మనం చాలా మందికి తెలియదు పేటెంట్స్. ఈ మధ్య డేటా తీసుకొని ఎక్కడెక్కడో షేర్ చేస్తున్నారు. ఆ ప్రైవసీ ఇష్యూస్ ఉన్నాయి. దాంతోపాటు పబ్లిక్ రైట్స్ కూడా ఉన్నాయి. అది విత్తనాల విషయంలో మనం చర్చిస్తున్నాం కాబట్టి ఇప్పుడు నేను మాట్లాడేది. కానీ ఎక్కువ శాతము ప్రాసెసింగ్ తోటి లింక్ ఉంటాయి. ఏ టెక్నాలజీ చాలా మందికి ఇది అర్థం కాదు. అంటే తర్వాత దశ, మనం పంట పండించినాక ఆ పంట తీసుకునే ప్రాసెసింగ్ ఇండస్ట్రీ వాళ్ళకు అనుగుణమైన పంట పండించే విధంగా ఈ టెక్నాలజీస్ తీసుకొస్తుంది. ఉదాహరణకు మనకు పత్తి చూస్తే ఇప్పుడు 30-40 ఏళ్ళ నుంచి వచ్చింది. పత్తి మన దగ్గర భారతదేశంలో, మన భారత దేశంలో రకాలు ఉన్నాయి, దేశీయ రకాలు.